Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, today I am going to be doing my art with Edge Justice League. I've got Superman and the Flash, and I will show you how I do their skin, how I would color with Crayolas. And what I usually do first off is I find an image that is big enough to handle the tip of my pencil. Make sure they're nice and sharp. And also, I coat it with baby oil. Let me see if I can find one of my bottles here. It's almost empty, but luckily they're cheaper than heck, so I can always pick one up at a dollar store for maybe about $3, if even. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, here it is. I knew it wasn't too far behind. And it's just regular old baby oil. I use the clear kind, and I just go ahead and coat the crap out of this. I put it under a big fan for about an hour. I use one of these to kind of coat it with. And you could use whatever it takes. Just go ahead and saturate the whole thing. And this one hasn't, this one's just been recently coated again. It was coated before, I just never got around to coloring it. Had other things on my mind. But I had a person hit me up on in one of my chats, and he says that he would like to see me do this and maybe try to follow along and try to get the same results. Okay, so what I do is I try to find a source image, especially if you don't know the anatomy of the face. See if you can find a face in this particular position. Whether it be Superman or just a ordinary, average, handsome guy, go ahead and find his face. Make sure he's got some good tones where you can, number one, have the colors that kind of match that tone. And number two is that they actually have some movement of tone. That would make it a lot more interesting. So what pencils do I use? I kind of pick them off of whatever source images I'm using. Today I'm going to use another Christopher Reeve, and let me see if I can find the link. That way, if you guys are interested in trying the same Superman, you can use the same image, or you can kind of be on the same page as me. So let me go ahead and find this link, and I'll put it in the description, and I may even put it in the chat as well. And just acting like it doesn't want to come up. Alright, now this is found on this web page, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on in here. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat, so if you guys happen to hop into the chat, and also I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'll go ahead and label that right now. Now, I may or may not stick exactly to this image. I may deviate from it here and there. I might even combine two images together. It's up to you how you want to put your Superman together. And let's see, I want to make sure I'm still in the picture. I am notorious for being out of a shot, so if at any time I am out of the shot, let me know. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start on Superman first. The colors that I'm going to be using based on the source image that I have. Let me get out of that page. You may need to scroll down. I did a Google search of a face that's in this position and of Superman. Okay, so the colors that I basically see on this Superman's face is peach in some spots, but mostly like a mauve. I could use white. Now I can't find my Crayola white. I know it's around here somewhere. I'm going to have this one for now until I find the Crayola white. I might have it in a little box. Wait. I may have it right here. Haha! I do have it right here. Both whites are just fine. This one here is from a Stabilo, and then there's the Crayola white. And when your paper is been coated with baby oil, it'll pick up the white pretty well. Okay, so I see some browns. For some reason, I cannot locate a dark brown, so I might have to improvise with other colors. I have this Crazy Art Deep Plum, and it's got the brown that I need, but it's not brown. It's a lie. It's a damn lie. It's like purple, and that's not what I need today. So I've got dark chocolate. I've got, let's see, I can use black in some places, but I prefer to use the dark brown if I can find it. I also need a, that looks like he's got salmon in his skin, between salmon and pink, but it looks more salmon than anything. It's that reddish, orangish skin tone to him. It's not quite peach, it's not quite orange, it's not quite pink, and it's kind of like a mauve almost. So, but I definitely want to pull out that salmon color. So give me one quick second. Let me dig into my box and see if I've got a salmon in here. I've been in and out of this box, so I don't think it's going to be officially labeled 100 anymore. Let's see. But yeah, those are some of my go-to colors, along with let's see, the dark brown. Ah, I found a dark brown! Yay! Look at I've worn this damn thing down. It's a really good color. It's close to black without being black. Let's see if I get lucky and find a salmon in here. And this is about salmon's tone. I need salmon. This is it, yo. Okay. So I am in good shape. I have pretty much all the colors that I need. And I'll let you know as I use them which colors are the ones that I'm using. Okay, so let's see if we can get started here. Hey Julie, how you doing? One of the first things I do is I start off with a white pencil, and I try to get the highlights in first. Make sure your white pencil is clean, because if it isn't, you'll be tainting your highlights. And we don't want to do that prematurely. Okay, we'll mess with those soon enough. Okay. Let me go back to my picture. And Epidemic Sounder wants to be special. Okay. Alright, so some of the places that's common to find the highlights. His light source looks like the light is coming from this direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my highlights in this area. He looks like in this picture he's kind of got like a little Cro-Magnon brow. So I'm going to hit that with white. And I'm hitting all the places where I think that I might be mixing the colors to make them lighter. So like if I see two colors that are going to come together, I'm going to hit them right here on the cheekbone. And you might not be able to see it. This has only been drying for about like maybe 20 or 30 minutes. So you'll be able to see my angst. After a while, the colors will kind of settle to where they're not moving all over the place, or just sitting in one spot. So I'm looking at my source image, and a lot of there's some highlights in the nose. And so what I'm doing is I'm pretty much just putting those highlights right where I see them. Oh, it did not break. Tell me you did not break. It broke a little bit. Break my heart. That's why it's like sharpened on two ends, because one end sucks. Okay, I know that my light is going to come from this direction, but this part right here is going to catch some of the highlight. It's not going to be pure white, like as this will be lighter on this side than it will be on that side. Part of his jaw above the line is going to catch some of the light. On the chin, it's going to catch some of the light. And on his lips, he's got some thin lips, yeah, the one that I'm using. So I'm going to kind of follow what I see on the picture. And I'm just going to put like little specks of white here. And even if you don't hit it with white right now, it's no big deal. It will be, you know, colored in. And I have some tricks in order to add light colors and things like that. I would use a crayon and I would melt it on there. But with this technique, you won't need to do that. So one of the things I also use is a blending stump. One of these guys, or for bigger areas, one of these guys. Or if I'm just like, I have no clue of where all my other guys are, I'll just use whatever's clever. Okay. Now with these, when you're starting out, you want to make sure that the tip is clean, because if you're doing a person with light colored skin, you don't want to go in with one of these that's got stuff all over it. And I will have a blue Superman, blue in the, well, Oompa Loompa Superman going on in this thing, so I don't want that. So what I usually do to clean it, I don't sharpen it with a sharpener or anything like that. I usually use just a little piece of, here it is. Oh, way to treat this. Okay, a little piece of scratch paper, or oh God, words are hard on Sunday. Sandpaper. And I just bought this from the store, Walmart, and you can get like 4 or 5 big pieces for like a couple bucks. So instead of buying one of those kinds that are like on wood and you have to tear it off and you only get like a little smidgen, you could just go ahead and buy whatever you want, how much you need, and just cut off a little piece and then just reuse it. And I use that for like beasts like this. Now this one will be good like if I want to have like atmospheric colors, like say I wanted to have like part of his face blue in the shadow and stuff like that. This is good for the big areas, and I can just kind of taint those a little bit with whatever's around, and it gives it a little bit more edginess to it. So let me move that out the way. Okay, so let's keep going and see. I'm going to look around and see if I see anything else here that has any white in it. Or any light colors. I mean like super light. Super light! Ah. Okay, and then maybe a little bit on his ear. I did get lucky and find Superman's outfit this time. When I was doing the first Superman tutorial, I did not find his outfit. Let's see, so this is going to be in shadow, but if the light is hitting it from 2 different directions, we might have 2 different shadows going on. Yeah, but on my source image, he's got some light hitting from right here, and some light just hitting kind of like this way as well. So he might have like 2 light sources. And on the flash, I only have one. This picture has it going in this direction, but the picture that I'm going to be using has it going in the other direction. So I don't know, that's going to be an interesting one. Anyway, if you're ever in doubt in where your light source is, and the light is what's going to determine how thick we're going to how big we're going to see the cheekbones, how much definition we're going to see, how much shadow. The light will determine that. And as I go, I'll kind of explain that as I go as well. Okay, so I've got a good majority of the white on his face there where I want. I'm going to sharpen up my dark brown pencil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dark brown pencil and hit all the places where I see his dark tones, and then we'll follow through with the mid-tones, and then we'll start to we'll start to spread stuff around here. Okay, so since all my shadows, and I can see the shadows that are created here, So that shows me that a lot of my light is coming from this direction, or like a top down at an angle type of direction. Okay, so one of his shadows that I see in my source image is about like right here under his eye. This side of his face is going to end up being in shadow. And if you pick a really good source image, it doesn't have to be Superman. It could be anybody with a rugged face in this particular position. Your Superman will look very interesting, very distinct. So I'm just adding all the places where I think it's going to be getting hit, or I'm sorry, getting in the shadows. There we go. And usually I switch pencils if I see a slightly lighter color. Let's see. On this source image, I have him, I'm just trying to get some of these browns here. Now, if you're one of those people that like to coat things with one solid color, cool. Do that if you want. That'll help you get through it a lot faster. But this isn't like this isn't a race. Well, it's up to you if you want to beat me to it. Maybe I'm going too slow, but I'm referring back and forth to my source image. And what it'll do, it'll give a little bit more realism to the picture. Okay, in the shadows on this side, the things that give it tone, the things that give it personality, they are a different shade. It's more like closer to a skin. This is more closer to being in a shadow. And now you don't also you can always change the colors of your shadows too. They don't have to be exactly what you see in the picture. You can substitute those colors for, like, say you have a palette of, you want to use purples and blues and just dark colors. You know, for like nighttime, maybe everything's a little darker. You just substitute those tones with your colors. So like if I wanted to, I can make Superman blue on in his shadows, like a blue light is being cast or whatnot, and that gives him that blue tone. Also, a good indication of where your shadows are the heavy black that's being put there. I like to be the one to put my blacks on there, but so what I'll do is I'll just go into it with the pencil, and just that way when I get ready to blend, I can blend from the pencil and that dark color into whatever color I'm going to be using. And it looks like I'll be using like a little bit of brown, like a lighter brown, some peach, and I'm going slow because this is like a tiny area, and you know you can't erase, especially when you've got it coated with baby oil like I do. Okay, now in my picture, Superman has lips, and those lips are just a little brown on the top here. And then maybe a little bit here, his eye. Okay, we'll just set that to the side there. Okay, so the next shade of brown I'm going to toss on in here. And you can start off with whatever color you want. If you want to start off with the mid-tone, you can do that. I'm going to put that on next. Usually I start from light to dark because it's easier to go from light colors first and darken those up than it is to go lighter with the darker colors. I say it's easier, but it's not impossible. Okay, so let me go ahead and throw that on here. And he's got his lips are kind of pursed, like he's pushing his lips together just a little bit. Not like into a kissy face, but he's like, I don't want to say frowning, but okay, let's see. Anywhere else I see this like brown. This is, I'm using taupe right now. So the next color up from the deep dark brown is that taupe color. And I am going to use it everywhere I see this kind of brown. I can't get to his neck because that's been taken by the black. There we go. And then I'll just kind of give him like the little mustache line. And sometimes you'll see that when you use the shadows of another person or another subject, they start to take on those characteristics of that subject. It's kind of interesting when you use someone else's shadows and stuff and their contours. Okay, I'm going to use the salmon, and I'll start on this side first, and then I'll bring myself over to the light side. Because this is baby oil and baby oil treatment, it's going to smear like a big dog. So what I would do, and what I thought I had in my paws, was a piece of plastic. Okay, so you want to have something nearby so that when your hand goes around, it's not going to smear everything. That's this, and I mean, it's crazy how much it will smear. It will pick up every speck of dust that is around you. I guarantee you. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and add a little bit of salmon. And before I go to the other side with the salmon, and I should have started on the other side, that way if the salmon gets any color on it, I can always just, it's easier, like I said, to go from light to dark than dark to light, and then having to clean my pencil. And I'm not pressing down really hard or anything like that. My tones are going to be built up as I go back over them, because I'm not going to be satisfied with the tones that I'm seeing. Well, I might be. Kind of easy right now. Salmon's just a little bright, so I might dull it down. And if you start to see like your character's losing a little bit of himself, you might want to reconsider which colors you're using. And maybe you just need to, and maybe all you need to do is just add some more tones. Maybe a little darker tone, maybe a little gray. And I'm just going really lightly, and it's really picking it up right now. Now, if you want a more orangey Superman, or a more peachy Superman, you can also, instead of using salmon, you can always use peach. All the source image is a guide. It's like and it'll keep you. It'll remind you that the face is round, the head is round. It's got contours. It's got pits and crevices, and you know it's there's dark here, there's light here, and you can see a lot of that. Now, instead of using tan on his skin, because tan is more of a yellowish tone, and my source image is more of a on the warmer, redder side, I'm going to use I'm going to use a little bit of pink, but I'm also going to use peach. So I'm going to alternate between peach, pink, and salmon to get to the tones that I want. So I'm going to do that, and it'll give me like a peachy salmon color. I might not even need the pink. Let me just put the pink. Step away from the pink, Kim. That might be good on his lips, or and you can add lines to him. You can age your Superman if you want. I'd like to take my source image and use the colors that I see in the source image on the ears. And I'm just working it on in. And if I need a little bit of brown to it, I lightly add some brown. Let's see. I think I'm going to add just like one little layer of brown and then go back over it with peach. And that's just going to emphasize his cheekbone a little bit more. See, I like a Superman that looks like he's been outside and gets a little tan. Not just sitting behind the desk in a newspaper. Let's see. Sipping coffee. Getting that square butt from sitting down all the time. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes a square butt's kind of nice. Okay. If I do say so myself. Okay. Anyway. So I'm going to go back over the brown with some of the peach. And I'm going to kind of blend it upwards to where I had put the highlight. And maybe even go a little bit into it. And I mean, this stuff just like glides on here. It's like butter. And now if you see another color in the highlight, or in that near the highlight, go ahead and add that too. When I'm looking at my picture, I'm seeing like a little bit of the mauve. It's not quite like pink. It's not quite purple. It's just really gently in there. It's like a grayish type purple or pink. And then I'll go back over it with white. I'm just adding a little bit there. And then I'll put my highlight back. Now I don't use my blending stump until I have a considerable amount of pencil on here, because then you'll have nothing to blend it with if you don't have enough pencil. And I blend because I care. No, I blend because it helps the colors to kind of mesh together a bit. If you're drawing or coloring women, and you want to put like eyelashes and little fine details on them, do not put it on until after you've got your tones just right, after you've done all the work in that area. That should be the last thing that you put on there. And I'm going to bring a little bit of peach in here. And if you're really clever, you're doing it in circles, and it kind of blends and meshes together all on its own. Okay, let me get back to my salmon, because he is kind of a pinkish guy here. I'm going to mix a little bit of my salmon with his lips, because his lips aren't completely brown. It's got like a mixture of brown. It's only brown because it's not close to the light. You know, it's in shadow. Okay, and I'm going to use a little bit of it right here coming underneath. And I need to sharpen this because my tip is really, really tiny. And then I want to make his lips small like Christopher Reeve's. I could make them large if I wanted to. Let's see, here we go. And if it looks too pink, I go back over it with peach or brown to kind of dull them up, because we don't want him to look like he's on RuPaul's Drag Race. We want him to, you know, be handsome and rugged and strong. We're holding out for this hero. Okay. Okay, so like in some areas you'll see that the skin looks kind of grayish. You can also use that. Let's see. or mauve will help act as a gray if you need a gentle gray. Okay, now there's a tone in between the two here. This one's kind of brownish, and it's very, very light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of white there. Make sure my white's clean. And then I'm going to go in on it right here. So it all kind of depends on your source image or how much you want to, how much detail you want to throw into your picture. So right here it's going to be kind of light, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the salmon to give him a little bit of tone. And in my opinion, it just looks a little bit more interesting than if you just straight up just colored it. Give it some contours. Let it have a little bit of color in it. On the top of his nose, and I kind of think of it like a pyramid. Like here's the pyramid shape, but then on one side of the pyramid that's facing us, that is flattened. So this part flattens out, and then it goes flat and then comes down. It goes flat and then comes down, and you'll see that on the face. So I'm putting a little bit of color right here where it comes down, and then right here it's going to come down, but it's going to come down like in a darker tone, like with a brown. Now sometimes when you go over colors to try to blend it and make new colors, or kind of color match what your superhero kind of looks like, you may need to go back and correct colors. Maybe add a little bit more to it. Maybe blend it with your blending stump. But right now I'm not going to blend just yet. You want to have a mixture of hard shadows and light shadows, or like hard lines, or like very defined lines. Like right here is a pretty defined contour, and I would kind of blend them together with the blending stump, or just have them go over each other. And it just makes the cheekbone that much rounder, that much more interesting. I'm going to use a little bit of mauve right above some of these colors here, and then I'm going to kind of blend them in together. So it's kind of like a grayish tone, this mauve, when it comes onto the skin. It's like a grayish pink almost. And I've got that action happening right here too. So I'm going to use a little bit of mauve just in this little area, and I'm doing it very lightly. And it's nice to have subtle tones. If you want more drama, you make it darker. You make your tones a lot darker. Like right here, it almost looks like he's got a mustache. It's a little dark, but that also gives this a little bit more tone too. I gotta sharpen this. And I just used this pencil sharpener that I picked up at a this is magnesium. I'm trying to see who it's made by. I thought it was Prismacolor, but I'm wrong. And it was made in Germany. Don't know, but it's a pretty good sharpener. It gets it to a nice point. Okay, so let's see what we've got. This side is considerably darker, and I just went over some of the shadow area with salmon. And this area here, if you're looking at my source image, the same source image, you'll see that this side is darker than this side. This side is much brighter than this side, so I try to keep that balance going. If I see color differences, And that also helps. Focusing up here, there's like some brown action happening right here where it's going from the salmon tone into brown. And other ways of making it look a lot more dramatic is definitely use the darker tones, like the darker brown. My picture doesn't have it, but there's areas like right here where, oops, what is this? This is black. I want to use dark brown. That has like a little area here where the nose is, and it comes off, and it's like a little line. His is really subtle in the picture, but if I needed more drama, I could add it there. He's got a little bit of this line right here, and I want to make sure that I keep it dark on one side and light on the other, because that's what it looks like in my source image. But it's very, very thin, this little area right here. And then I could just give him like the 5 o'clock shadow if I wanted to, by doing like dots. But if you don't want him to look like he's got a mustache, you want to kind of keep those lines, I don't want to say fuzzy, but you don't want them to look like hair. So kind of like when you're shading, you want to do it kind of like in a circle. Now like right here, there was a little bit of a highlight between the eye and the shadow, but it's okay. It's not hurting anything. All right. And even in the eyes, Christopher Reeve's got like these beautiful blue eyes. Let's see. One side looks a little bit more teal than the other. So I'm just going to do a really light teal color here. And this one will be like more of a deeper, darker blue or gray color. Only because it's in the shadow. And with a gray pencil, I would add like a little bit of gray in the eye, the white of the eye, just to make it look like deep set. Silver works, a light blue works. It's like whatever you pick up first, whichever you feel froggy with. Gray is, I think gray is best, but I don't feel like hunting down a gray, so I'm going to use like this, what color is this? This is a cool gray, haha. And I'm going to use a little bit right here between his eyelash and his eyeball. And I don't have a lot of real estate there, so I'm not going to use too much of it. Alright, good enough for government work. Alright, moving on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another look and see if it's at the tones that I want or if I missed anything. And I'm going to kind of define it a little bit more. So like right here near the tip of his nose, he's got two highlights here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly make those highlights pop out a little bit by going above it and below it with a color. And this one right here that I'm using is salmon. Okay, let's see, I want to define that one line there. And you can always vary how much pressure that you're putting on. Okay, here we go. And then we'll just add that right here. There we go. And then I look around on the nose itself, and I look for any place that has color or needs color. So I see it on like the nostril, and I'm just adding a little bit of color there. And then I'm going to take that crease there, and I'm just going to kind of blend it in with the salmon here. Now, if you wanted to, you could give him bruises, you can give him dimples. You know, your Superman is your Superman. Give him cuts. You can give him a kryptonite glow if you wanted to. You know, whatever it takes to tell either your story or just to make him look awesome. Okay, and then let me bring a little bit more of his eye bag out. Right there. The dark tones around his eye definitely kind of makes him a little bit more sinister, or a little bit more serious. It's like, yes, I'm very serious. I am going to save your ass. I'm going to save the world. I'm going to almost destroy it, but I'm going to save, no, I'll save my favorite parts, like Disneyland or something. And again, if this is not orange enough, you can always add some orange. You can add some brown. You can add some, let's see, this is taupe. Taupe will also kind of dull it up a bit if you need it to look a little bit more butch. You can do that. I mean, who doesn't like a butchy Superman? But my source image, he looks really nice and clean. But then again, my source image is from the 80s, so it is what it is. And I'll just kind of blend both of those together, and maybe even throw a little bit of peach in there if I feel froggy. But that's pretty much it. You just want to get, oh gosh, his ear is really, I don't know how accurate that is. You would think that the hair would be behind the ear, or the ear would be a little bit on the other side of the face, but it is what it is. Okay, so let me see if I can get a little bit. The ears on this Superman are different from the ears that I have on my Superman. And I can make them match to a certain extent. How I do ears is I look for the darkest parts. It looks like they've already defined some of that dark, but I also look for the highlights as well. So I'm going to be looking for any area that I can throw a highlight on. And usually where there's a highlight, there's a corresponding dark. So there's a dark like right here on the opposite side. And the ears should be set farther back. So me being a little bit of a control freak on this, because this is my Superman, I'm going to set his ear back a little bit further, or make his hair just a little bit more, you know, kind of cover this area. You can do this with markers. There we go. We're going to set his ear back a little bit. And when I do that, I notice that there is a lot more color here that I missed. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. Got a little bit of color here. And it looks a little brownish, so I'm either going to use a little bit of brown, just a little, and then kind of mix that and the color together, kind of like he's biting down on his jaw or something. I don't know. Let's see. And then you can even add planes to his face. And I'm just adding a little bit of the salmon to some of the shadow. And I can also add a little bit of mauve. Let's see. Where's my mauve? Just to give it like a little bit of a grayish look. That cool gray would work pretty good too. And we'll just throw a little bit here. I could even make his cheekbone a little bit more defined just by adding a little bit of a shadow. It's not in the picture. Add a little bit more brown here. And I just try to mirror what I see in my my source image. I'm gonna give him a little bit more sideburns. I like to give him mutton chops, but you know, I'll just keep the freak in me a little bit under wraps here. All right. So I've tossed his ear back a little bit further. Yeah, he was kind of getting Dumbo-ish on us. Okay. And then to kind of tame this little part right here, I'm just going to go over it one more time with salmon. And it's just kind of subtle, makes it more subtle. It's still there, but it's a little subtle. There we go. We'll just keep it anyway. There we go. All right. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so he's my Pinky Superman. I can't forget his hands, because one time I almost forgot his hands. And I'm going to pretty much do the same thing. I don't have a source image for his hands, so I'm going to use the same colors that I had up above. And let's see. So my shadows are going to be in this direction. And let's see, if the light is hitting it, let me go ahead and use a little bit of brown too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it light on top where the light isn't hitting it, and darker as we kind of go a little bit further back. So where you see the brown is where the light is hitting it, and then it's going away from the light. The light is hitting it and then going away from the light. It hits it on that side, so the shadows will be on this side. And then I'll cover up that paw. Okay, so my lightest tone is the peach, or actually the white is my lightest tone, so I'm going to throw white kind of in where I think the light's going to hit it the hardest. So like right here, maybe going down this way on his fingernails. And then from that light is when I'm going to start adding the other colors. So like I'm going to start off with peach, and I'm going to throw a little bit of peach there right next to the white in between the brown. And I want to think in terms of like a cylinder. How a cylinder has, let's see. Now I'm not a professional at this. I'm just kind of trying to use a little bit of common sense here. So fingers are kind of like a cylinder. Where the light hits it, it'll have like white. And then as it moves away from the light, it'll have like a dark spot. And then it'll start to get lighter. So what I'm doing with color is that as I get further from the light, when the light is hitting it the hardest, it's kind of whitish toned. And I'm going to put it on both sides there. And then just as it gets, he's more peachish, not peachish, I'm sorry, more salmon color, I'll probably substitute the peach for more salmon, or just mix them together. blending towards the black or brown here, and then coming down again. And it does get lighter, but it will never be as light as where the light is hitting it. It's kind of like a reflective tone where it goes from dark, it goes it goes white, and then it just starts to like, say you're going around it like this. You're a little man right here, and you're walking around it. You'll start to get darker and darker, but then it'll start to light up. Okay, so you'll be white up here, and you'll start to get more tones down here, blending it together, and then to light. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you're ever in a bind like this, kind of realize where the light is hitting it, and there's usually a corresponding dark to go along with it. Light usually travels straight, but sometimes it curves, it bounces, depending on the surface. And we're fine with using the brown along with the peach and whatnot. We got to get our little Superman going here. There we go. And sometimes the tones might not even be that dramatic. It may, you just might be able to just get away with using peach. And then it comes down to like a brown or the darker tone, depending on how far away the light is. Okay, I might be out of range here. Let me make sure I'm still in camera. I'm not in the chat just yet. Okay, so yeah, I'm still in. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go up a little bit. Okay, so that's where we are so far. That's one paw. And then this one is underneath his muscle. And I'm assuming that, like I said, his light is coming this way. Because the light is coming this way, we might not even get that much light on his hand. So all this could be in darkness. And if you follow the shadows that you see down here, this is pretty dark. So all this in this area will probably not catch as much light as what's behind him or in front of him or whatever. Okay, so what I'll be doing is we'll finish his skin, the Flash's skin, and then we'll move on to some of their costumes here. And again, we could follow the same kind of philosophy. We can also use pink on his fingernails, unless we want to give him some French tips, which are like white on the top, or maybe make them black. Yeah, he's got a freaky side. You know, it's up to you what you like to do with your Superman. Okay. Alright. So, following, oh yeah, we were going to do Flash real quick. Okay. Now, Flash, since Superman seems to be up in front and bigger and closer to us, Flash is further away, so he's not going to be as defined. Oh, and you know what? I didn't use any blending stump on this. Okay, so how I would use the blending stump is if I want these, well, maybe I did. I can't remember. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm getting old. And I just like kind of gently work it in. It will smudge and blend your colors together. But if you find that it's taken away some of the definition, go back and add those colors again. So like right here, I want that shadow. Let's see, I'm missing a few things on his Cro-Magnon head here. His frown. This is all getting some color here. This is very light right here. So I'm drawing it very, very lightly. Now if you don't have a light touch, you can always move back on your pencil. That way you're not putting any pressure on it, and just let the weight of the pencil do its thing. and do your bidding. So like if I need a very light tone in this area, I'm way back on my pencil just enough to control it, and you can barely see it coming off. So if you're like one of those people that like to go in and throw a base tone down, this is a good way of doing it. That way you're not putting pressure on it, and then you're like heavy-handed and you can't seem to throw anything else on there. Let's see, this is a little darker, the little area on his. I'm going to use a little bit of mauve, but I think I need to use an orange itself. Let's see if I've got an orange out. Dun 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 dun. Aha! I do. This might be a little bright, but I'm gonna use a little bit of orange right here, and I want it to be a little bit reddish. Okay, so this is mahogany, and that'll also bring out a little bit of red without it being like, oh my god, it's red. So I guess what I was looking for is like a red orange type of tone. This is mahogany, so mahogany is like a reddish brownish color, but it's not like, oh my god, it's red. It's not like hooker red or anything like that. Okay. And it just gives you enough red tone so you don't look too cheap. Okay. Alright, moving forward. Okay, back to the flash. Sometimes you'll take your eyes away and then you'll notice something. And that's how I am. I'll notice something like right here. I could have another bit of tone going on, and then like right here. And sometimes it's just the pencil settling into the paper. Sometimes it's just your eyes need some time to adjust, things like that. Okay, so let's focus in on our flash. Okay. I don't like that source image. Okay, so I am going to use a different one. Okay, I have this one reserved for my Robin, but no Robin today. I usually put my images on my Google Slides, and then I could just like resize as much as I need to. Okay, so since he's not as defined as Superman, and also I'm going to make my flash a little bit more yellow. He'll have more yellow tones where Superman has more pink tones. No reason, just to set my my folks apart with the different skin tones. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of brown underneath his eye here to give him his little eye bag. And because he's so far away, it's going to be hard to really define him. Okay, we've already got the shadow here underneath his chin, his jaw, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, he's got that strong jaw too. And I'm going to give him just a little bit of brown around the edges here. And I'm going to go ahead and use some peach on him. And for little areas like this that are really, really super tiny, you want to have a good sharpened pencil, just to give you that extra space. You don't really want to work with anything smaller than the tip of your pencil. And I'm trying to keep this guy sharp. Okay, so him I would use tan on. Let me see, I've also got tan, and that'll help me. This is light brown. Here's my tan. And tan is more, oh, and it's sharp already. Yay. Okay. Tan will help me get some of these tones down. Excuse me. Whew. Okay. And same thing with Superman. This is my pyramid shape. And I'm going to bring down his nose on either side. And then I'm going to give him kind of like a little tip here. And then I'm going to kind of bring some of the tones together. Let's see. And I don't know what this line is. It's very tiny. Okay, so we'll have to just work with it. Okay. I'm going to bring down a little part here. And another side here. And what it is I'm trying to get this part of the upper lip that's right beneath the nose. And this part's usually in shadow. Okay, and we'll use a little bit of this here. There's not too much I can do to flash other than just try to give him a little bit of definition. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of peach here. I'm going to just work it over the tan. I'm going to leave some highlights like right here. And I think I'm going to color his lip a different color. I'm going to use, let's see, I'll use a little bit of bubble gum and salmon together. I'm going to let his lips be kind of big. And we'll give him an upper lip. Why not? When you smile, your lip kind of flattens out a bit as it stretches. We'll give him a little bit of color tone in his skin, besides the yellow. Just a little bit of this bubblegum pink. Okay, and then some of brown. I'm going to use a little bit of brown under his chin. I'm going to give him a little bit of brown on the side here because we've got that light that's hitting him. Give him a little bit of a shadow. And we can even make his nose cast a shadow as well. So we'll give him a little bit of that. And whatever we do here, this is jutting out a little bit, so we'll give it a little bit of a shadow here. And then we'll just kind of blend everything in with peach, leaving my highlights. Now I'm just using the highlights of the paper. I'm not adding white. And he is a bit of a distance away. And we'll throw maybe a little bit of peach on his lips. We don't want to make him look too feminine. Okay, I'm just mixing the peach in with the pink. And I'm going to use a little bit of the salmon. And we're just going to define it just a little bit more. And we'll give him a little bit more salmon too. So not only does he have like a bit of the tan going on, he's distinctive from Superman. So if you are going to be using like a marker, that's one thing that you can keep in mind to keep your superheroes separate from each other, is maybe vary their skin tone just a smidge. Can't hurt. Okay, so we've got Mr. Flash here. I can't neglect where his eyes are. Usually that catches a lot of the light, so there's usually a white here, but kind of like a shadow here, so I can get away with doing more tones where his eyes are. Because of the mask. And I can probably get away with doing it with brown or with the tan. And since he's covered completely, he's covered completely, we don't have to worry about his hands. We can also give him some eye bags. And we can even make it a little bit more dramatic using black and just lightly toning what we've already put on here. So now he looks a lot more serious. We can have his mask, if we know that his mask is kind of hanging over his face, we can give it a little bit of a shadow. If we know that it casts a little bit of a ridge, we can give it a little bit of shadow. Just a little. There you go. And then I'll mix that in with the dark brown and peach. It's more dramatic if you don't blend. But I'm a blending fool. Hello, blending fool. And then we can make him kind of more butch if we wanted to, by giving like a 5 o'clock shadow or things like that. Okay, so if he looks like he's a little too yellow, I can always add a little bit of a little bit more mauve, more salmon, and that gives him a little bit more color to his skin. And we can also have it kind of reflect orange, so we can always throw orange onto him as well. Just throw that on there. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much what's going on with these. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am going to jump back into the comments because I don't need my source images as much anymore. It's funny, I was kind of holding my breath. Hey, you guys. Hey, Afterwork Art. I'm sorry I wasn't in the chat to greet you guys. Julie says, hi, Kim. She's okay. Oh, my God, Julie. That whiskey. All right, Afterwork. Hey, Ian. Hey, Amaris. Hey, if it's no big deal. If you want Amaris, go ahead and... Cool. If you can't do it into fabric, go ahead and switch it to paper. I'm cool with whatever paper you give me. I do like the other paper, the Bristol paper, but I'll take what is that stuff called? Watercolor paper. If the you should do Flash as a baby. We could probably do that. You'll probably end up looking like what's his name? That little baby from the that family one. I keep wanting to say Fantastic Four, but it's not that. The Incredibles. Let's see. And Amaris, thank you so much. I was going to reach out to you. But no worries, no worries. I totally understand. And hey, Tattooed Hearts, what's up? All right, so I do have time, and I can always do the outfit on another video. So let's go let's have some fun. Flash as a baby sounds like fun. What should Flash as a baby be doing? Is he pulling Superman behind him? Let me see. I gotta find my sketchbook. But yeah, this is pretty much Superman and the Flash skin. All right, I did what I said, and I said what I did. Okay, just need to find a sketchbook. Any sketchbook that I've been tripping over for the past couple days. Oh, snap. Julie, if you're still there, Ian, if you're there, I wanted to show you guys something I want to work on tomorrow during my live stream. This stuff is, oh God, oh, it's a package within a package. Tattoo ink, and gosh, I thought I need to channel my inner child. Okay, and rip this open. Oh, I hope I didn't cut anything. There we go. This stuff here is tattoo practice skin. And I want to draw on that. Oh my God, this stuff is heavy. Oh my God. Okay, so this is what I picked up. And I got this from piratefacetattoo.com. Woo woo. Let's see, it's got like tattoo supplies and stuff. So I was thinking about putting a book together with these and maybe putting holes in it so you can turn the pages. I don't know. But these little ones are going to be awesome to practice on. And then I'll just slip them back into the package and then send it to you guys. Okay, so baby Flash climbs Superman's leg. Oh, that kind of defeats the purpose of him being the Flash, using his superpowers. But yeah, I'll be drawing something on these. I'll send you guys a couple extras to play with. And this is the tattoo pins that come with it. They're shimmery. How about that? I'm not sure if this is what Ian had in mind, but maybe you might be able to use this, you know, when I put the picture on here. Okay, enough of that. Oh God, they're heavy. Skin is not that heavy. Oh, all right. And no, I did not finish Wolverine. Wolverine is still in his natural state of confusion and not quite done yet. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've gotten here. He has no face. Wolvie has no face. Okay. I don't know. This will be a little fun. We'll take a few minutes and we'll do like a little guy running up Superman's leg. It is hot in here. Pencil. I need my pencil. There we go. There should be a pencil in here somewhere. Unless I took it out. Aha! I have you now. And eraser. The eraser. Running up. I could have him running up the leg. I don't know. Okay, so how shall I do this? I was thinking more like if he was a baby and pulling Superman. Let's see. But if he's running up Superman's leg. Ooh, I might have a pose for this. Let me see. Dun dun dun. Let's see. There was one position that I really liked. And I'm trying to find it. Oh. Okay, it's not in that. I've got so many like source images in my, let's see, it was under this. Ah, yeah. This might work. Okay. Okay, here's Superman's head. And we'll make him like freaking huge. You know, it would be funny if he was running up Giganta's leg. Now that'd be cool. And we'll have part of his chest showing here. We'll have him kind of looking down. I have him kind of looking down. Let's see. It's a very strange position, but let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Where'd the music go? Epidemic sound, you suck. Let's see. Let me try a different one. I'm processing one of my videos. So that one's probably what's messing up my computer right now. Whoops. Let me get back to my chat. There we go. Let's see. What I'd love to see you draw is Superman as a look here. I don't want to do it in this position, that's for sure. I know just the silver fox that I'd love to see. Holy crap, that guy is awesome. He's so young looking right here. Let me see if I can butch him up a bit. Give him a bigger nose. Where did my... Here it is. Nope, that's not it. There he is. Let me zoom in so I can get this face, and maybe I can turn this guy into a silver fox. There we go. He's still looking up. I don't want him looking up. I should use my bigger book. I'm like straining in this thing. Let's see. Bigger book, where art thou? Oh, Jesus, this is a big book. This one might be too big. Yeah, this one's going to be way too big. That one takes a lot of adjustments. Oh! I'm going to kick myself because my book was like right by my feet. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, we'll move this one out the way. This will give me more room to play. So I want to draw like a pinup chick, and then I want to draw on the tattoo flesh. I do want to do a pinup. What do you call it? pinup lady. Let's see. So let me get my Superman head, and I'll see if I can make him look like that silver fox guy that I dream of. So get that head in there. Oh God, what time is it? 7:55. Okay, I got a couple hours before I pass out. Let me scroll down a bit. Give my super. Throw his cape here. Let me finish this torso here. Okay, so we've got his super brows. Give him those dreamy cataract eyes. Nostrils should be about like right here. Man, Julie, do you guys ever sleep? Now the old guy, I always see him with like a beard, so he almost looks like a buff, what is it called? Santa Claus. Let's see. Give him hardcore cheekbones here. He looks like he's asleep. Let me fix that. Well, it is past his bedtime. Yeah, that's it. Superman's, not not your guys's. Let's see, that's kind of like a shadow here. Give him thick eyebrows. Big ears. So when you get older, well, Superman's not going to be geriatric. They'll keep him young like, what's his name? James Bond. And we'll give him the, gotta give him that little curly Q there. Let's see. I don't even know if I'm in the camera. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't even look. Okay, I am. I don't know. Let's see. I need to find Sexy Grandpa or the DILF Or is it the gilf, grandfather, that you like to... at this angle, I probably just can't do it. Because I was going to have him kind of like running up. Freudian slips that I keep doing. Yeah, let's see. For some reason, I keep thinking that this area is just so important. I could change the position here. Maybe I could do Sexy Grandpa. Yeah, but here he still looks a little too young. Crap, I lost my chat. Okay, give me a second. I gotta get back to the chat. I'm lost without the chat. There we go. Alright, almost there. I need to create like a shortcut or something. Oh, this is... Okay, got it. There we are. Whew! Look at here, you. This isn't... Don't pass out, Kim. No, I'm not gonna pass out. I'm probably from being tired. It's going to be a challenge for you to draw on the skins. It may be. It may be. No, not really. Been waiting for you. Make Superman tan. I think I like the idea of Grandpa Superman. Let me see if I can find that DILF. DILF. Now I'm intrigued. Bump Flash. Holy crap. And I think I even saw him in a... Oh, there's a website called hotolderman.com. Okay. Now, I am not responsible for the craziness that's going to come this way. Oh, dog! Oh, I found him. He's so hot. Okay, oh crap. Okay, yeah, I might pass out. It is hot in here. He looks like a cross between Sean Connery and... He's got these muscles for days, too. Okay, I don't think Flash is going to be running up this leg. You're going to see a picture of me running up this leg. And I'm going to draw you exactly what I'm seeing. Oh, dog. Okay. You know, I was playing, what is that called? Sims. I can't remember if it was like Sims 4 or if it was one of those damn games. And there was one of the little townies was freaking old. He was old, but he was a hot old guy. And I had to have my sim tap that butt. And, and so my sim, like, you know, wore him out and killed him by having too much sex with him. He, like, had a heart attack or something. And I'm like, really? Really? I'll never see him again? You will write? Oh, yeah. So when I'm feeling a certain kind of way, sometimes I'll play The Sims. Okay. Let's see if I can get that angle just right. He's even got this like kick-ass hairstyle too. And I don't usually go for guys with beards, but damn, I might have to make an exception. Let me see if it will let me copy it and bring it over. That way I can study it a little bit closer. Huh. Okay. Come on, Papa. There we are. That's the image I wanted. Dog. Okay, so let me clean up some of my lines here, because every line here looks like a wrinkle. Like even his beard looks super. Whoops. Yeah, he'd probably look boring without his beard, too. So really, Miss Moneypenny. Yeah, like a hot Sean Connery. That would have been pretty awesome. He don't look so hot nowadays, but I don't know. Just he could read me Mary Had a Little Lamb and I'll just like be all over his leg. It's that voice, duh, it's that voice. Okay, let's fix that eye. Wrinkle up this you know, I got problems when I started getting kind of like googly-eyed at like the older Batman, and that's the cartoon from Batman Beyond. Oh my gosh, I like that guy. He was so cantankerous. I loved it. Okay, Grandpa. I'm super where it counts. That's what it should say. If this was a meme, I'm still super where it counts. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny to see like an old Joker in like little memes like that. That would be freaking awesome. Super Grandpa. Let's see. He's got this weird shadow right here. And he's got like man snatch for days on here. He's like a beast. I don't think I have a big enough book for this. That or his ego, one or the other. Where's my pens? I gotta define this man. Okay, where are you? Where are you? I just had those damn things. Aha! I wonder if this is it. No, it's not. Damn it. Okay, I'm trying to find my, I just had a little pouch of pins. D-pins. Well, shite. I have no idea what happened to him. Okay. Oh, well, hell. What a drag it is getting old. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh. Okay, I've just covered it up with something else. Okay, gotcha. And I just had a birthday. God, dandruff. Okay, this one's a good one, and this is okay. Alright. Okay, it's on the floor. That's one. Let's do 5. Alright, and I want to hop back into the chat. How do I... Okay, I need to downsize this a little bit. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played in a while. I got the latest Sims. I got the latest, what the hell is it called? The one where it's like Hollywood or something like that. Get Famous, I think that's what it's called. And I kept telling myself, don't buy it. Don't buy it. You know it's gonna suck. Don't buy it. And I bought it because all my favorite little YouTubers, they play it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta play this game. And I didn't want them to spoil it for me, but I'm only like, I'm not even halfway through. It's a lot of work. And then they got another expansion, or I don't know, stuff packs expansion, storyline, whatever, with the aliens, and for some reason, aliens just freaking turn me off. They try to sneak them into paranormal stories. It's like you're getting all scared off the demonic shit, and the next thing you know, oh, I got abducted by aliens. I'm like, get the F out of here. I was probed, and it's always, they always get probed. It's not a good alien story unless you get probed. Or a good date with Kim, one or the other. You shall not pass without giving me a kiss. Yeah, that'd be funny to make memes out of that stuff. Gotta give him the crow's feet. I think they airbrushed his out. And you know Superman's gotta have a full head of hair. It wouldn't... Batman would probably go bald, but Superman would always have his beautiful bouncing and behaving hair here. A banana hammock? What? Who is drawing this stuff? Who is asking for this? Superman with a banana hammock. Come on now. Of course he's going to have a banana hammock. How dare you ask that? I was going to put him in jeans, like Superboy. That's like open. But then again, you know, he's got all this... Oh, you know what I should do is take all this chest hair that this guy's got and make that into the Superman symbol. That would be frickin' funny. I'm super where it counts, baby. I think I'll do that. That's gonna be cute. Let me do his arms and stuff. He's got his little old nipple here. I had to give him like a nipple ring that's got like the bat symbol on it or something. Here we go. We have like the Batman thing. I'll fix it. Oh, Wonder Woman. I'd want to draw a Wonder Woman old, like one of those, like a biker chick, like an old biker chick. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy with tight shorts. Oh my gosh. I mean, like those Daisy Duke shorts. Okay, he's got like hair for days. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the Superman symbol. And we'll just do that. His hair, his chest hair, in the same symbol. I mean, he is like bushy. It is all like white and scraggly. I think Superman would be more manicured. So let me do this sort of thing. I could see Batman shaving him. I can see Batman being a little jerk like that. So we got his little chest hairs. That's pretty freaking hairy if you can shave your chest hairs in the shape of an S. Okay, and he's got nice muscles. He's got the Mel Gibson muscles that I had drawn. Oh, did that picture ever come to you guys yet? And then he's got like hairs here. I don't think I'm going to make it down to his shorts. I'm going to try to stay in proportion here. I got to zoom out. Ah, damn. I was hoping. Yeah, Flash ain't gonna be rubbing up. I keep saying rubbing. Huh, where's my mind? Running up these legs. Not today. See, I'm glad you guys are such a great crowd. It just feed my inner, like, filth. Let's see. We'll give him a little trip to the... Okay. And before we get into trouble, it's way down here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna practice and see what I can do with the skin. I'm going to draw something and then I'll send it to you guys for you guys to tattoo it. And if you feel froggy, you can always send it back to me, or you can just like send me a picture of what you guys come up with. Okay, I got to put some shadows in here so I can define that S. Okay, so it's right here. Let's see. This music is crazy. Okay. I gotta fix that arm. Okay, so once I fix this arm, let's see. It is, what time is it? I gotta get to bed in about a half an hour. Gotta get up at the crack of dawn so I can do my thing. Let's see. Ooh, what do you have in mind, Julie? Evil. I sure can. Or I could try. It'll be, maybe it might be cute and evil. I could put like Lois. With a big heart. And then put Bruce down here. Let me see. Let me stop. Ian says, can you draw something evil on one of the skins? Absolutely. I'm trying to think of, I could draw a little, angel and devil. I could draw a little devil lady. Yeah, I haven't done any women in a long time. Something evil. Or do you mean like skulls and crossbones and something wicked? I don't know. Something with lots of teeth. What sort of thing would you like to see? Like a demon, or or just like whatever comes to my rabbit ass mind. You know who I really want to draw? What I really want to draw? I don't know if you guys have you ever seen that movie Donnie Darko? Donnie Darko. That rabbit, man, that rabbit is badass. Okay, his arm is a little bit farther out than I needed it to be. Yeah, I think I'll draw some tattoos on Super Grandpa here. Could do like Kryptonite sucks. Let me see what you guys come up with here. There we go. Oh, skulls. Something like the evil, like the devil or reaper. Skulls are good with demon. Huh. Huh. Okay. I do like drawing skulls. Let's see. This is this part of the S. Yeah, my friend is gonna freak when he sees this. He's a big Superman fan. And he's gay, and he loves him some Superman. And he loves bears. So this is like Super Bear. He loves his bears. His daddies. It'd be crazy if he was a redhead. This guy right here. Okay. Trying to get the hairs to cooperate. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to finish him in one night. Skulls, demons. Sounds like fun. Let me see. I might do a couple of them. I got a couple ideas that I wouldn't mind trying out. Let's see. This one needs to be here. That's the first bump, second bump, and then it goes to his belly button. And then we have a little happy trail. Do 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 do. And we got a little bit of bunny tail there. Okay, this music thing is pissing me off. It won't keep playing. There we go. I need to learn how to do some really good inking. My inking skills suck. Lost in America, stay with me. I'm lost in America. I think I got an idea. I think one of them I'm going to draw a sorceress casting a spell with some skulls. Kind of cool. Okay, let's see. I forgot where his belly button was. Okay, this is the happy trail. I need a map. Okay, he's got this bump. There's supposed to be another one right here. And we'll throw his belly button right here. I can't even see his collarbone because he's got so much fuzz on him. Oh yeah, I am super where it counts, baby. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me see, because my thing has changed. Oh, sorry about that. I'm like totally out of the camera. There we go. There we go. The gimmick sounds. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll color him with some of the new stuff that I've got. We got to get that little I just realized, like, oh, you got Superman right next to you, Kim. We can use that. Throw that in there. All right. Yeah, I'll color this on a different piece of paper. I had to do like Krypton. Lois, whatever his kid's name is. Crap, I don't see the S. Oh, because it's being covered up. We'll even throw some straggly hairs up here. You'd spend all day on this hair. Okay. We'll get his hands as much as we can, and then what to call it. I'm trying to decide if I want to do his belt buckle or do him in. I can't see his shorts. I'm too big. Ah. Let's see. There we go. He's got some sort of cuff on here, but I kind of like how that looks. Let's see. Anyway. All right. I want to jot down that idea of that I got in my head before I go to sleep. Oh, I need that arm. There we go. Okay, all right, that's enough for the day on that. We shall play with Naughty Grandpa later. Super Grandpa. Okay, so it is about 8:30. And my happy butt needs to go to bed real soon. I can already feel myself getting a little tired. But I'll be up at the crack of dawn or before that. I'll use a little bit of this. Get rid of some of these extra lines. Oh boy's going on Instagram. You gotta throw him on there. Yeah. Okay. I keep saying no more, no more, but I keep adding and keep adding. Okay. Oh yeah, he's gonna be hot. Okay. But I still want to know more. Not quite done yet. Okay. Just a few more things. Just a few more things. Step away from the pen. Yeah, I'd be booted off of Tattoo Ink Master, sorry. Because I don't know when to step away. Just one more time, Dave Navarro. Just one more. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me jot down that idea I've got. I don't want it too big. Okay, I kind of have an idea of let me see. And I think I have part of it on my Pinterest. There was a pose that I really super liked. I might just improvise if I can't find it. But one idea I have, pretty lady, her hand, and then I'll have like skulls like around her arm, like she's casting a spell. see. So it'll kind of be like a diamond shape. And then have like, I could have skulls with what's it called? Like a club and stuff like that on their foreheads. And maybe other symbols or something like that. And maybe even have cards. I don't know. I'm just kind of seeing it as I'm going along. The thumb is on the outside. Yeah. It'd be like a Lady Luck type of thing. That's just one idea. The other one I had is it's like a full body and she's like casting a spell, and the skulls are like circling her. Let's see, I need to bring this down. Kind of make her a little bit of goth. Let's see what I got here. Ooh, ooh, I like this one. Okay. And this isn't probably what I'm going to be drawing. It's just like just trying to get some ideas on paper because I want to make sure it's nice. But skulls. I'm wondering, do I want to... Yeah, I'm of the mindset of doing like skulls with like pinup, mixing them together. I think that's like freaking hot. Get my ear placement, my... I gotta play with these ears. I wanted like little devil horns. I am roasting in here. I don't know why it's so hot. I don't think the eyes are tilted enough. But I'll definitely be playing with some ideas when I do that stuff. Oh, the head is changing completely now. So this is kind of like the shape of a spade. Yeah, I need to work on this. See, I want to draw something that nobody else has drawn before. Giant freaking earrings. Minda jump through. Anyway, that's one idea. just put like a little symbol there. Make sure I'm still on the camera here. There we are. We are. Okay. And just have like these floating skulls. And I could probably put like a tribal design with the wisps or something like that. Oh, put a heart here. And just like do some demonic skulls. It'd be kind of cool to just have like skulls all around here, and that would like help make the shape as well. Just have a hand or something like that with maybe more cards, or maybe putting something on the table. Strip poker. Go fish. And just have the skulls facing in like different directions. So this one is like facing in this direction, and I think I'll change the horns. Let's see, we'll make this one into clubs. Diamond might work too. And then I could have like just a whole bunch of random skulls. And that could be like, it could either fill that up and maybe even a heart shape, or not, so it won't be so cluttered. Okay, so if this skull is going in this direction, and it's turned so we won't see all of the club, so let's make it into a diamond. That's a little bit more recognizable at an angle. And let's see, that's going in that direction, that's going in that direction. I'll just give him some. I like half skulls. It's got like let's see, and then I can make that one into the clubs. those gnarly teeth. I'll keep playing with the idea and just drawing some crazy stuff up before I decide on the one that's going to make it onto the skin. And then another one right here. Let's see, which way should it go? I'll have it go this way, I guess. Let's see if this one's going north, south. We'll have it pointing upwards then. And maybe make it look like a bird or something like that. Like a, yeah, like a little sexy demon slash, this, she can have like red eyes. I want her to look like she's cheating too, so maybe if I have like maybe a skeletal hand or something like that, or ooh, behind her boob. Here we go. We've got like an ace or something like that, like right somewhere near her boob or something like that. She'll have like a hidden ace. And maybe that'll like kind of cover the boob a little bit. Not quite Lady Luck. And we'll go big or go home. And I'll just have some sort of like wisps of these things like going around in a circle. We're circling her arm. I gotta figure out what to do with this hand. Maybe she's taking a card. Go fish. Okay, let's see. So that's there. But you get the gist. Okay. And then I just got to figure out this skull right here. I want it aiming up somehow. And we'll just give it a little horn. Yeah, we'll give it a horn and a broken horn. Just half horny. There we go. And we'll give it like one demonic tooth. Okay, maybe two. Crap. It's hard drawing it upside down. I'm too lazy to turn it up right side up. Okay, so that's one idea. Okay, so I go from dirty Oh, he's liking it. I go from one dirty old man to a dirty old demon. I need to fix her head a little bit. Yeah, I didn't realize how heavy the skin stuff would be. So I'll probably end up doing like maybe one at a time when I send it to you guys, because this thing is heavy. It's heavier than the artwork. But it should fit in one of my envelopes. So that should make it pretty easy. I'm hoping to send. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn in soon. Okay, so let me see if I can finish inking this a little bit. And I'll probably work on it more in the morning, I guess. Gotta bring that up. And then bring this. So like this is part of her hair. Need to make her. Let's see. It's even thinner. Oops. I want to do something with this hand. It's a little big. This one too. getting tired. Okay. All right. Okay, boobs are down to our waist. Okay, so I got to do something with that arm. Let's see, this one would make a better diamond because it's going in either direction. And then this one, this is hearts. So yeah, the other one will end up being clubs. No, that's clubs. Spade. And then I'll find a tribal design where it looks cool going around her arm. And probably covering up like a nipple or something like that. Now that sounds like cool. That sounds like a really cool separate image. But yeah, oh, now that would be cool. Having each image lead into the next. I think I want my goblet to have teeth. Kind of like a werewolf or something like that. Have it be like some sort of monster head that's got its mouth open or something like that. I don't know. I'll play with the idea. Oh, here we go. Half skull. I remember that. Here we go. Let's see, do I want... Kind of like it's got dry ice, maybe. Now I can see like little eyes, like spirits, little spirit heads. I gotta work on that. Like in the smoke. Got like, and then they're like kind of distorted in the wisps. I want to put something on here. Bones, maybe? Fingers, talons. It's ladies' night at the club. At the casino. I could put like one of those dealer caps on her. Turn her into one of those casino dealers. Blackjack dealers or something. House always wins. Let's see, that's that. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Alright, here's where I'm gonna leave off. Apologies. I have got to go to sleep and have my naughty dreams and whatnot, and wake up a happy-go-lucky lady. I wish today was Saturday or Friday. And then I'll just come back over it with a bigger pen, like a marker. Let's see, about right there. I could give her those, what is it called? These could be gloves. Yeah, we'll throw some gloves on her. All right, you guys, I'm gonna head to bed. Thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you on the morrow. Hopefully not as filthy, maybe a little naughty, but not as filthy. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Ready to tattoo? Alright, you guys. I'll see you on the morrow. Night night.